Hello and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. We are continuing on with our really handsome looking guy here now. Honestly, once he got the nice white hair and the anointed features, he's really become a distinguished wizard, if I may say so. We are probably beating it this session. I think there's not a lot left to do. We've got we're making our way to the tier 5 magic tome, and we have our ally homie dragon over here has also got a seal victory in the works, to which he's not very many turns off if he can manage to hold it. We just kind of have to hold choke points around the Temple of the Godir and Runestar. Runestar is our big objective today, and maybe Silver Bridge. So when we last left off, we had just like reformed our armies and reestablished everything, and we ended on an end turn. So let's begin on an end turn. Today feels like it should go mostly pretty smooth. We got a good connection going on. You know what? We also have like, there is like the God Keep, the Famished Fields. Have we discovered where the other event is on this map? It's probably underground, now that I think about it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's it right here. If it'd be worth trying to grab these guys. That guy's near Runestar. We could potentially do the big quests. See how we feel about it. So you can come up there. This guy, I'm realizing, because he's a skirmisher, he actually doesn't have a bird. So giving him a chaplain instead of a bannerman would work. Something to think about. You're a tree. And you're a tree. Which go in here. So this is my little nature army. And then this is my giant army. And then these are just like random Lobby armies. So that's basically everybody there. Let's see, man. I feel like we're doing really good on building somehow. I guess because we only have one city, it's a lot easier to manage the old eco. We might as well just get a Mantle Obelisk at this point. Apparently, I am still building. What do we got? An Exemplar, a Tyrant Knight, and a Houndmaster. So I think we are basically building up another army here. An Exemplar, a Tyrant Knight, a Houndmaster. We might as well put a Liege Guard in there, a Bannerman, and then a hero, I suppose, would be the last slot. So we can decide what we want that to be. Maybe something from the Rally of Kings. We have transmuters, spellbreakers. Honestly, a transmuter would kind of fit the role of what else we need in there. And it's tier 4. I'll take that. You know what? I'll take that. And then we should be able to grab just all of these guys in this cool new move all your armies at once ability. And everyone will roughly stick around each other. They're not doing the best job of it, but it's because they all have different things. I could tell you guys to capture Prime City or that outpost or Silver Bridge or Crosswall. You know, capturing Crosswall would be pretty good. That would get rid of Hoots. He's going to accept that attack. If we could knock out Hoots, honestly, that would solve us a lot of problems. There's another full gibberish army over here as well. Yeah, we got a lot of gibberish going on. But we have all these guys locked down now as well, so I mean, it's basically our alliance owns 2/3 of the map. And these guys are kind of like pushed into the back top left corner. Now, I do think that they own probably more underground than we have, but this is being raised. Well, now that's kind of interesting. A general discussing King K rules war with you remarks, curse those page-gazing scribes. Meanwhile, my boys are dying out there. It's unfair. My soldiers sacrifice their lives for you. And what do your mages and scholars do all day? Sit in ivory towers and dusty libraries. Let's put those bookworms to better use. Knowledge is only half the battle, after all. The other half demands plenty of troops in the field. Lose knowledge, but gain bannermen. Lose knowledge, receive draft. No, man. I knowledge is what I need more than anything. Because we need knowledge to get the last of all this stuff. Now, I was going to take the Tome of Chaos channel in here, I think. Was my plan. If I want to say that correctly, that was the plan. So we'll get a little extra... We will get like a little bit of fire stuff in here because of this.
And it will embrace you too.
Mostly
and spread fervor to all
the extra morale here.
A true agent of Bedlam will see order and logic warped into madness and turmoil, twisted ever in their favor.
I do love Fan the Inferno, but because we went with the order lens, I feel like it's mostly just like the unit enhancements. Scion of Flame is okay. But the Infernal Might here, so the extra fire damage and the morale is really what I wanted out of that. And then I'm just going to have all these guys nap. So I got an army of 3 there. You know what? Why don't we move these 3 together? And then these 3 can take on Runestar. Runestar's got a lot of guys right now, but I'm losing a Liege Guard and a Tyrant Knight. That's okay. We're kind of at the point now where it's like, okay, well, just take it and refill, you know? 4 turns till the old breach. We'll take the 2 of them. I think I'll harass defenders. If I did a headlong assault, would it give us an extra turn? It would. All right. I'll do that then. So that was a Tyrant Knight. And I lost a Liege Guard, but we could take that Exemplar. And bring him up here as well. So that's like literally they refill in a single turn. That is aces. A-O cases by me. We should cast Supreme Magic because we don't have that buff on yet. And that means whenever our support guys kill things, they'll explode. Also Battle Mages if we had any. Which, you know, we don't really, but... I think it's just going to come down to the dragon getting the seal victory. 682, we should be fine. Beacons of Unity, yes. Mana Obli, we'll take the Monolith, because why not? These guys will come up in... Looks like you have a Knight. And you have a Knight and an Exemplar. And a Liege Guard. So I guess you had 2 Knights? Yeah, that feels right. And then these guys, I'm going to just kind of move up to Silverbridge. You guys are vibing. You guys are vibing. Yeah, this also gives zeal to my bannermen, which is really, really nice. And, yeah, because they're all on eagles. Quite a bit of upkeep, but knights are strong, but good luck getting them from upgrading tier 2. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I unlocked tyrant knights, is because like tyrant knights and regular knights are basically the same. Arguably, the tyrant knight is actually a little bit better, which feels like it shouldn't be. I feel like knights should be better than tyrant knights, but you want a teleporter pact? I'll give that to you. Absolutely, my dude. Bonded vassalage. You're happy about that? And it's still possible. I mean, even if we do this and just launch the Age of Order spell, we'll get the benefits from that spell. Nobody seems to be rushing down here to defend Runestar, that's for sure. Hoots has been sent back to the old Astral Void, and it does look like he's coming in here on crosswalls, so with quite a stack, and it does not look like he is well defended, so this is probably... Hoots is probably done for here. Which is fantastic. Oh my god, yeah, they're trashing the teleporter. They have a whole squad over here. So we should be able to take Silverbridge then and Runestar, and then it's cleanup crew. Okay, you're good. We got focus crystals, which also now gives us rings of binding, an extra 10% on our heroes. And he got beat up out there. Nice. Does anyone capture this Fortress of Woe? Also, who are these Marauder Guard? That is a slow gang, I gotta tell you. In the classic, like, end turn phase. With great effort, you have dragged your eyes away from your RimWorld run. Dude, I've been really enjoying those posts you've been making. Seeing all the new stuff. Honestly, I really, really want to check out Odyssey. I'm having this problem right now where it's summertime in Montreal, so it's like there's a million people visiting me, and I just have constant things I have to do, and we're trying to like prep for a move and everything else. And there's all these games I really want to play, and I'm in like the middle of a bunch of runs, and so it's like I want to check out the new stuff with RimWorld, but I just can't until I get through some of the other stuff on my plate. Staff of the Blizz, Mantle of Starblades, and a White Wolf. That's a pretty good mantle. We're gonna vassalize this bad boy. This guy is gonna beat me to Silverbridge. I see it happening. You guys are all gonna just fly back down here and heal. You picked up an Inquisitor. Oh, that's kind of fun. Look at him. Little angel mole. He can come back and join the hodgepodge. Wow, we're gonna heal so much here. I lost access to my tranquility pool. Though I would not be able to tell you why. You're a tank, so I'm not really worried about you getting Keeper's Mark, but I'll take Incorruptible Spirit. And let's take Stun on you as well. We've unlocked Raising Cities is faster. We've also unlocked Super Baylor. Doesn't really feel like he fits our build, though. Hoots is back. We've collected a bunch of trash. Our capital is... Oh, you know what? Let's just max this population right now. And there's a blossom orchard here, so you know what? We'll just tack in another forester, and then this city is donezo. So many foresters. Honestly, I'm really happy with the city. We got the little farm pocket down here. Everything else is foresters. I could build something right here on this forester, and I wouldn't feel too bad about it. Circle of Zealotry would be honestly not a bad choice. And we have so much money, I might as well hurry that production. So this drops us down to just King K. Rool and Honora. Honora's underground. King K. Rool is here. Oh. Sugar snap peas. Yeah, I'll take that. Please don't siege this city. You rat. Dirtbag. Sniped it. She sniped it out from underneath me. How many times am I going to lose Silverbridge? Every time I think I'm about to get it, somebody swoops in here and steals it from me. Mysticarium needs troops. Could I just spend a bunch of money and get you a bunch of stuff? I feel like the answer is probably yes. The real answer is... The real question is, how fast will you be able to reinforce? I'll move my troops back in the meantime. What do you guys pick up? Another defender. Ah, so you stole this from me. So let's just go beat this Marauder army up. Nice. Poison Bloodletter and Yakka's Fury of the Huntsman. Very nice two-handed sword. Kind of weird that I got like two-handed swords there. Two level 4 items there. I actually don't really need that ball because we have the Chaos Orb. (11-3) deals the same amount of damage in another random damage type. Okay, so it's actually double. The Chaos Orb does do more damage. It does not have, you know, cruel, stunned, poisoned, sunder resistance, and bleeding. Just a lot of status effects, honestly. Bleeding and poison and stun. But the Chaos Orb does 90% chance of a random status effect. And it does more damage. But not by a lot. It does like 3 extra damage. I just like the way it looks. More than anything else. I could swap her out. It would lose her ability to summon animals. But honestly, I kind of like that staff with her. White wolf mount. Mantle of the Starblades might be good for her. I don't know, you got a channeling mantle. Actually, Mantle of the Starblades not that good for you. We have a handful of hardy males. You've got reinforced plate. Just plate of vitality. I mean, it's effectively the same thing. Piercing Mantle of Fortune. Right? Like, these are both identical, but one is tier 4, one is tier 3. Oh, one is status resistance, one is ignore status resistance. Oh, well, let's give you... No, let's actually keep... Cancel. Ignore status resistance is better for you. Jareth, salutations. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also Scottish. Next to no mods running on RimWorld. Nothing that adds anything except for storage mod, which adds crates. Interaction bubbles, Rim HUD, prepare carefully. Yep. Neat storage, level up. And run and gun. Yeah, run and gun is a big one for sure. But I love that. That's I think one of the biggest problems of me going back to RimWorld is I'm so used to playing it with like a gajillion mods installed that I really have to like break down my brain to reset how I play it. You know what, man? Maybe I should buy a hero. 810. Maybe I won't buy a hero. I'd like somebody that could use this Fury the Huntsman. That's a lot of cash money, though. Can I make what's her face have like a fancy animal staff here? Bless. Oh, that's fun. Conjure Animal is here. Is there a better version of Conjure Animal? I thought there was. Summon Primal what's her faces. Polymorph. Spider Monarch. Summon Spider. I mean, Spider is animal. Summon Umbral Demon. I'm kind of shocked they don't have an upgraded version of Conjure Animal. But they do have 3 different versions of Race Spider. It all feels a little bit foolish there. Alright, well, you're the animal one. I'm going to give you, like, support regen if that's the case. And summon animal, and then I think that's fine. We'll call this the... Oh... The, Veterinarian. Veterinarian's touch. Why not? That way they get a proper weapon. This bird is coming back down here somewhere. Prelude of Doom, Blizzard. A Whispering Stone has returned from Mysticarium because it's under siege. You guys made a defensive pact. You guys made a defensive pact. Everything else here is fine. You got production. I don't know what's the better option here. I guess I have more bannermen than I have archers. So arcane battlements. Probably a channeling tower. Room of recall is not a bad idea. Caltrops are boosted. These are not because I don't have quarries. But I could... You know what? I can't get the Masonic Hall without another quarry. So I'm going to just temporarily replace a forester with a quarry. Heaven forbid. But I think that's what we'll do. Behooves pun from the Beastman campaign. A grudge? I don't even know what that pun was. No need for most of the mods in RimWorld. They added most of them to the base game. Yeah, it does seem like, I mean, that's kind of been their policy, is like, what are the good mods that everybody loves, and then add them into DLC. Is this the new DLC or the Griffin beta? This is just the Griffin beta, which has some new stuff in it, like light elementals. But most of the new stuff I can't show off for another week. We'll see a timer before the next hero cap upgrade. No more opening the menu to see it. I mean, you can. Yeah, I could just, I guess, hover over it apparently as well, so. Gesturing toward the balcony of your throne room, the chairman of the Longs requests a private audience. He's like, we're really good, Mark at the Tower. We are actually really good, Mark at the Tower. I'll let them have that. There's our Infernal Focus. I'm gonna pick up Fury of the Horde because it costs no points. And then I can pick up Consecrated Domain for 2 turns. And then I'm really close to getting the Age of Magic spell. You 3 are heading over here. I don't think these guys are going to get their reinforcements before they get sieged down. I'm realizing. Say lobby. We'll cast Infernal Focus in the meantime. Pick our little Hell Angels. It behooved me to go help someone. Okay, that's a pretty good pun. Below the hero button, there's number of turns. Yeah. Increase in like 26. Shows you the increase now cost as well. Good little change. Can't complain. What do you got? King K. Rule is here with a bunch of ironclads. I hate that. 13, 8, and 8. They're going to get crushed. We're gonna crush them. We got some chunky armies right now. Let's give everyone Infernal Focus. I mean, I kind of liked the other effect visually. I feel like I'd rather this this order icon above everyone's head than the infernal icon. Rune Star is a vassal, so we'll give them a little Whispering Stone. Yeah, I mean, I guess Silverbridge is on lockdown. I don't know what's going on with Crosswall. Also don't know what's going on with Ahad Turd. But I guess let's like I don't know, where is this army? I can move up and try to take like retake Disciplined maybe. Not quite sure like where to bring that squad. You guys are just gonna come over here and crush it. Give me my city back. I lose a single leash guard, that's fine. Get tier 4 warding chest plate, tier 4 reinforced armor of fortune, tier 4 padded plate, a death calling sphere, 20% crit chance and decaying, and a fire wyvern mount. Honestly, most of that I feel like we can just break down. So you have to like wait for a new heir. I'll send that archer back home. And sorry, I guess you need another liege guard now as well. Should I take a Liege Guard or an Exemplar? I mean, probably an Exemplar would be more reasonable. I can also double time it there. I forgot that we have Swift Marcher. I'm not really using it that frequently. You're going to grab Siphon Blessing. Slowly leveling up the big boy. You've got that Mastered Focus. We'll give you Barrage. I just captured all of King K. Rool's best heroes. Chronos says this back down to like 25 turns to win. 27 turns. So we might still be able to pull off this magic victory. I'll have these guys move up to the Temple of Godir, build a little outpost here. Take care of this. And then... yeah, wow. They completely burned that city down. Rude. Now, here's the thing. I do kind of want Scion of Flames, but also if I just take Healing Spire, then I only have to wait one turn and we can unlock the next book. Kind of feels like the smarter choice. You're going to claim this Temple of Godir. You are not condemned for now. In the upcoming battle, Encouraged Attackers is active. $1,300 points, 1,200 with that. Or possible 10 morale here. I mean, I don't know, man. Let's confess our sins. Success. Yeah, I was like, we have a bunch of status resistance against this, so... we could take an Order Boon. We could take a honk of Imperium. Or I'm going to take the Alignment, because that actually brings us to pure good. Which is low-key pretty nice for us. And we'll just wait a turn there to heal. And I guess I'm going to move you guys up to Discipline. You're going to join that squad. You can build a Masonic Temple, so let's, or Masonic Hall. Let's do that first. And in fact, you know what? I'm just going to rush it because, frankly, why the heck not? And then this is another big army. I'm going to move you guys just like up here. We have our new staff for our caster, which will be good. What do you have right now? You have a tier 1 obelisk, so why don't we make you a fancy giant thing? Are tier 1 units worth it later on? Absolutely, they can be. Not always. It does depend on like how you want to build them, but they certainly can have some very good value. Like ours in particular are designed so that they scale really well and they do extra damage against other things. So for example, I can pump out an army of tier 1 units. Like I can probably pump out a 6 stack in a single turn if I go for tier 1 units. And that definitely has value. For this frost, we're gonna put this as like fridges. The fridge sickle. Now my idea here is status vulnerability, sundered resistance. I just want him to be able to do more damage, and then frenzy is just going to make him also do more damage. I want him to do more damage, and I want him to freeze more things with his spells. So we got another rally. That's pretty nice. Crosswall is under siege. Also very nice. We can start researching Age of Order this next turn. So we have to research it, we have to cast it, and then we have to hold for 15. It's a process, but it's not too bad. I could potentially just rush the capitals and also go for military. Nice option. I think we'll go for Tome of the God Emperor. Mostly because Wrath of the Emperor is a pretty solid spell in terms of just like doing damage. 30 spirit damage to an entire army, demoralized and condemned. And mostly like Mass Revive is just, if I cast this on the final turn, I can guarantee that all my friendly units come back every single fight.
Godhood is known. It is felt.
Of course I don't get it, but we'll research Age of Order first. Order affinity spells cost 20% less mana combat casting, and every turn a random ally gains 3 positive status effects and loses all negative status effects. It's pretty good. And then all those dweebs are just hanging around for right now. Y'all need to build an outpost here. And then just go there. These guys are going to work towards discipline. You're back there. You're back there. Alliance. Alliance. Proper vassalage of Runestar. He tires of the war. Honestly, there's no way for him to win this, so I'd rather him just be wiped out. At this point, that seems like the better option. I do want a consecrated domain. So this will be 2 resistance and 20 morale for any fights here, which is great because it means like all the gold wonders will be protected. And we'll cast some covenants. You know what I really should do is I should take these armies. And I should perk them all on a tree. And then this army could actually just follow my main army. And provide a backup. I'd be really okay with that. It gives me a little bit of protection. I mean, these guys aren't probably going to win any real fights, but as I keep producing tiny little garbage armies, I can keep adding them into these areas. Honestly, did we get the spell that's like summon a regular is just like produce a single unit? There is a spell that you can use to focus other people's terrain, and it forms an entire army of tier 1 units, and that would actually be like really strong for us. Incite Rebellion, I think is the name of it. TBH, I think I'm probably going to take this special quest. Just for funsies. Just for funsies. We'll grab all of you, and then you. And then... probably put a spell jammer there. Again, mostly for funsies. These three guys. Why don't we go do the aspect of delirium? Lose knowledge. Let's just fight it. I mean, I'm sure this is not an issue. Right? And again, it's like every time I make a new unit, I can just send it on home. So that's one aspect weakened. I'll try to take this outpost up here as well next turn. You guys can go here. Fight this squad of bone daddies. Which I feel like we should rip through, but apparently not. I guess they're all legendary bone horrors. I see why that could be a problem. Hi-ya-ya. All right, well, you guys are falling back then. Reflecting defense, pure defense. We'll go pure defense. If this is the case, I'm definitely going to need to say, like, doop. We'll recruit more stuff out of here. Daisy the Beacon, you're level 7, and look at your stats. They're terrible. None of your builds make sense at all. I'm going to give you Faithful. You are my Druid. So I want to say, like, let's go Protective Wild Growth. Friendly units get 1 Grace? Yeah, probably. Gain Obscured. Create Obscuring Flora. Gain True Strike for a turn. Let's go Fey Growth. Target Flora obstacle transforms into an Entwined Thrall. That's pretty good for you. Area of Infect increased by 1. Cooldown increased by +2. Oh, it turns that into an Entwined Protector. All units get Swift. You know what? Let's grab a experienced leader here, just so we can get a little bit of level ups on your squad as well. This is the new tree already? This is my tree character. Oh, you mean this tree? Yeah, so Ritualist also got a new tree. So Ritualist is much more druidic focused now. It's just healing and plants. It's basically like you either go plants or you go healing, or you can go a little of both. And they split all the curse stuff off into Warlock. So Warlock is like debuffer now, so. I mean, I think we have like every tree. Yeah, so this is Warlock, which is all, it's got all these new like hexes, blood packs, transfer life. The curse is still in here, but it's like a little bit, you don't have to take curse now. Warlock is pretty cool. Honestly, it's a different style because it's not really about doing damage as it is about applying status effects. And then they also added in Elementalist as a new tree as well. So this was Mage, and now it is just like you get 1 of 4 elemental spells, and then like that's your focus. Elementalist is kind of interesting because it seems like there's a lot less things to actually pick in the main level up tree here, so you kind of need a big tree like Giant Kings with a lot of extra stuff if you really want to fill it out. Though I guess technically you could take like all of this lower stuff as well. I just don't think there's as many points in Elementalist as there are in the others. It feels like it is missing a branch. Samish the Arrow Slinger. You're my crit guy, right? Yeah, you are. So if I take Adept of Chaos and take Chaos Empowerment, that gives you, I think you have 80% crit chance right now. Oh no, you're not my crit guy. You're actually my skirmisher. So Adept of Order would be better, believe it or not, because then I can put you in more dangerous positions and know that you have Steadfast. And I think I'm just going to keep going down this tree right now for you. Flourishing Vassalage, Covenant of the Faith is out. We cast that. I was gonna say, I guess I could just start summoning irregulars, but I actually like don't have that much mana on me right now, so no rush. Might have deleted and remade the faction again. Can you load a save of your faction? You should never really have to like delete your faction unless you really, really want to rebuild them. You can always go in and like edit the faction. Even after you've won a campaign, you can go back and edit a faction. 2 types of Druid, Ritualist and Lightning Earth Elementals with Elementals. Yeah, I guess the, if you built a mage, Disciple of Earth, Focused Evocation, Blast Evocation. Do you get? Yeah, summon Lesser Elemental Spirit, Greater Elemental Spirit, Wildfire, Lightning Bolt, Sunder Earth. It's not quite as plant-based, you know. It's a different kind of druid. I would say it's more of a geomancer than a druid. If we want to be technical, it's a bit more of like a geomancer, actually. Ya dweebs. I really don't need to do that, but I might as well. So this is backup for these guys. Y'all gotta pull way the hell back. This dude is vibing. So we have an Exemplar, a Tyrant Knight, a Liege Guard, Chaplain. You founded an outpost. I tell you what, I'm just gonna knock that out for now so that I can add in a work camp and pick up this Temple of Godir. Our boy Fridge is going to get the Fridge Sickle. And then who needs what? I never built you a sword for my tank, so let's do that. We have lots of stuff here we can get rid of. I just wanted like a classic wizard sword. Power Cleave on you could be good. Execute also could be good. You are a tank, so Provoke is typically pretty fun. Lifesteal Retaliator 40 is what you want though. So this is going to be like the holy backhand. I don't know. We get hit with a blizzard. We get flourishing vassalage down here. Everything is going good on those fronts. Interesting that it says I have 1 out of 3 cities, even though we have mega cities. Yeah, because like absorb is not an option. Does it always do that with mega cities? I guess it does. Like 1,000 points there, just like 200 points there. Okay. Yeah, and he's gonna run away. Right, and that guy is all toasted. Chronosis is back up to like +3 here, so pretty much guaranteed he ends up getting a seal victory. Which tain't really a problem. Boof. I would have liked discipline just so I could have gotten that chrono gate so I don't have to do this massive walk back every single time. Prelude of Doom. That's 10... 13 turns. If he sticks at +2. Hoots Murderbeak. You're Dunzo Balunzo. That's 2 factions she's killed off now. Silverbridge is freed again, which I'm a little curious about. Part of me is like, well, maybe I should make peace with them. But at the same time, why bother? Do we want gold, knowledge, or city stability for 6 turns? I'm gonna take city stability because I think that's actually gonna get us more than that. You failed to complete the bounty, but that's fine. Truly not an issue in any way, shape, or form. I have more than enough to grab another hero here, so why don't we just like recruit? I said I wanted a warrior. Let's just grab you. You look fine to me. You're gonna take this big flaming sword. You're gonna take this fancy Starblade. And that's it, because I actually have very bad equipment this time around. Let's give you a hat also. Just for good measure. You know, like you're a warrior. I feel like you should have some sort of warrior's helm. We'll give you that one. It looks ridiculous on you, so I think that's perfect. You're currently recruiting a chaplain. Yeah. You know what? And I have the money. Why don't we just do that? Then I'm going to get another whole round of these guys. You're going to just come up north for now. This is toast. Clear them out. I will capture this outpost, mostly just because I want to put a teleporter up here. And then, can I select just that army? Just that army? Just this person? We bring the bane of all gluttons, the tome of feasting, Diminish in strength with every incantation you read. 100% chance of just weakening the aspect of hunger. Do I still have to fight him? I guess I don't.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, that's nice. We picked up another aspirant knight, which is also pretty nice. And then we have this whole army. I guess I'll just perk them on the outpost for now. You guys were all meant to go at the same time, but I guess I screwed the pooch on that. Hoots Herderbeak is banished. We'll send him some gold. Your bounty has failed. Prime City has sent a war party. From underneath Crosswall. Not going to worry about that. You're going to come down. Everything else should be good. Blizzard. Should be able to take that Sleeper Sanctuary. That's Aya, I think, has 3 things now. Bounds. Storm Maple. Rallying Throne. Does she have an underground one? Sanctuary of the Horde. So she is also set up to do a magic victory right now? I don't know if I just got like lucky with the alliances here or what happened. I feel like this game started off so difficult. Really early on, the fights were just crazy hard. And then they have gotten so much easier over time. It is low-key kind of wild. Teleportation is not working. That's annoying. The Holy Backhand. I might just be on like boot making phase at this point. More rings. What am I missing here? Unyielding is like the really nice ring. 3 tranquility pools. We could go with like universal camouflage, wind barrier. Status resistance. Inspiring killer. Vicious killer. Let's go vicious killer. Disenchant. 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 Wind barrier, universal camouflage, and vicious killer. I like this ring. This will be just like the ring of deadly mist. That feels right. Every name is a mystery. I never know what I'm gonna end up deciding on. Okay, so this is one of the big high-level goons. High-level goon army. Y'all cleared out that, so we might as well just go for this final phase. Boil Archon blood. Cook the Butcher Ogre himself. 600 mana. I mean, sure. And we fight that dweeb next. You build a work camp so we can get the Temple of the Godir here. I think we have everything cast at the moment, but we'll start casting the Age of Order next. It's good. I feel good about this. We're on a pretty solid victory line. Part of me does really want to just like grab all of these. It's just so unnecessary. There's the Age of Order. I don't know. I guess we'll take Scion of Flame. So you have the Exemplar, the Liege, and the Tyrant Knight coming in. Next will be the Chaplain. You have an Aspirant Knight apparently on the way back. Can I take this Sleeper Sanctuary? I guess you can capture and release. We're going to fight this artifact fight. We might lose some people in this. What do we lose? Aspirant Knight, a regular Knight, and a Liege Guard. Alright, whatever. Pole Hammer of Animal Slaying. Sweeping Melee Strike. Oh, this is a Giant King weapon. Disenchant. As his presence fade, deep drawn echoes sigh from the walls. You gain the Soul Cursed Cauldron. Whenever you cast a Soul Curse spell, there's a 25% chance of your ruler gaining XP. Amount of XP scales with the cast Soul Cursed spell. When multiple of Soul Curse casting effects could trigger, their triggering chance is summed up at a maximum of 1 triggers at a time. We're already at max population. I don't really need Imperium. I don't really need good alignment either, so we'll take Imperium. So do I get Soul Curse of Gluttony? Malediction of Gluttony. Cursed with Hunger. Whenever this unit takes damage, it has a 30% chance of going berserk for 1 turn. If this unit is a racial unit, it gains Consumed Corpse, Violent Gorging, or Terrifying Gorging. This feels like it's good for me. I don't really care about going berserk. Like, it feels like we go berserk all the time. All right, you can take him. I need 2 knights for these other dweebs. One of which I guess I could steal from there if I really wanted to. You guys are coming down. I actually realized I don't need her to come down. She could go up with that guy. Because they're both in full situation. We do get this guy in our crypt, which is fun. We could sell him off for a ton of money. I just don't really need to. Brigand Camp is attacking me. Oh, why am I casting Scion of Flame? I need to cast Age of Order. I'm not casting anything. My bad. I need to pick up a bunch of mana, though. Astral Dew. Give me that. Let me buy some mana from you. Buy a little bit more so that in case we end up fighting something. No money. Oh. It's awkward. Awkward. So 3 turns to cast Age of Order. and then 15 turns to defend, and in 5 turns, Chronosith wins. All right. Yeah, you know, at least we have a backup plan. Gotta have the backup plan for the backup plan to back up the backup plan. I don't think these guys even have... I guess there's an army here north of Runestar. It's not much. It is a golem army, which is just the last thing I ever want to fight, ever. Under any circumstances. I suppose unless I'm playing a lightning mage. That's the only time it's okay to fight golems. And even then, you still end up gilded over and over and over again. So I guess I'm just going to pop the 3 of you in here so you can heal. So we've got you and you. And you have an exemplar and a T-Knight. He's guard. That guy. Maybe him? Alright, so this guy's an army. So those guys are okay. Fridge is going to have to hang down here. That Tyrant Knight. And maybe that Exemplar go up here. I think this is just like 2 knights we're missing, though. You're definitely missing a knight. You're also missing a knight. So we'll move it as fast as we can. You're good. You're good. Just wait a turn. Yeah, I don't really feel any immediate threat. I think we'll just take that one army up and we'll move them in position to like defend here, and I'll probably move this army across to Runestar. Like, he's got to go through this choke point or this choke point, basically. Silver Bridge is a weird position. I can't really decide, like, what it is. Who's slow here? You are. Why are you so slow? Curious. Move you up and up. So you 3 are gonna go up here. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm just gonna like nap him. Cities can expand 2 extra provinces away. Okay, but I don't really need it. You'll take that Ring of Deadly Mist. Bonded Vassalage. And we're very, very close. Nerd, hello! How we doing, my dude? Welcome on in, Raiders. We're literally just about to finish this run. We're like 3 turns away from victory right now. You coming in at a great time. How's the new Siege stuff? The new Brutal Plus is they added a bunch of new difficulty options. So they kind of integrated the handicaps into it. So you get like a plus 20. The computer does like plus 20% extra damage. You take minus 20. There's some improved AI, so they're much better at like focusing down units and getting kills. And then there's a bunch of stuff for advanced starts. So for example, we're actually playing on a mega city map where you can only have 1 city, but all the computers have 3 cities. It mostly meant that we had a harder early game, and then it kind of just like chilled out after that. The early game was tough, and then it sort of became regular game just shortly after. once we hit like mid-tier. So let's get those guys up here. We're actually gonna like abandon that farm so I can take that sleeper sanctuary. These birds can move that away. We have finished our build here. We're on permanent produce merchandise. I'm gonna say that these guys are probably on like permanent tyrant night at this point. The Age of Order is ready to cast. Thank God. So this is our victory spell. But we're actually gonna win a seal victory with our ally here in like 1.5 turns. So let's just vibe. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't. You can turn the handicap stuff off, the challenging plus. I don't love the 20% flat. I like the improved AI stuff and the ability for the computer to like better target. The computer does seem like smarter every single patch. But in terms of like just like a flat bonus to damage and stuff, I kind of find that a boring increase. So things like giving the computer extra cities, there's basically just a bunch of options now. So you can say like they get extra cities, or they get like these type of units, or they follow these tome paths. There's a lot of good new customization that you can really make it so if you have like custom characters, you can really plot out like how they develop in a random game, even if the AI is doing them. So feels like you just need more armies roving the lands together. It hasn't been too bad. Mostly I'm still just like running with packs of 3. They improved some of the stuff, so like a lot of tier 2 units get bonuses from the tier 1 like low level stuff. So it's been mostly good. Is this King K rule? It is. We should just probably kill him. That's their faction leader by himself. No reason to let him go wandering around. Don't want to go down that road. And then all of our birds can just chill out here. There is also, this is a really cool thing, you can now multi-select armies and move them all together at once, which seems to have the effect of like turns are quicker, especially with the computer. It's also just nice for moving your own stuff around. Critical hit damage, that's kind of nice. It's just, yeah, it's much easier to move, guys. Hey, look at this. We hit level 16 and get Paragon of Order right at the last minute. So this guy now, every single unit in his army now gets Resurgence. So his army basically never dies as long as he wins the fight. He also heals everybody every time he kills something, which is pretty cool. There's a couple new classes. They reworked Mage into Elementalist, and they split Ritualist into like a Druid and a Warlock. So we're playing Ganondorf, who is a Warlock, but he's kind of like a holy Warlock in a weird way. This is all captured. I think that's the last turn. I think that's it. Yeah, most of the changes have been like really good in this patch. They've just made the game better. So set buffs and debuffs for AI individually. Yep. Cool game. What's my favorite unit? Probably the Herald of War, even though you can't get it. It's a tier 5 construct that is just like a giant floating angel surrounded by swords, but also a robot. Love the Age of Fashion mods, those that remove some visual changes from transformations. Yep. No scales for dragons, no hair, no changes for frostlings. So you can just disable visual changes on any of that stuff. If you just go in here and just select like the toggle visibility, they put that into the main game a while ago. So you can decide what your characters look like. Especially like if certain things override different things. So lots of optional difficulty, customization for campaigns. A lot nicer than numbers go up difficulty. Exactly. Yeah, the AI seems to just be getting improved across the board. In like pretty positive ways. So looking forward to the next DLC. Yeah, it should be good. They got the new factions in there, the new Archon culture. And like Archon/Revenant culture, which is kind of feels like 2 factions at once. So, and I really like their new mechanics. The new books look really good. Honestly, I'm stoked. I can't wait. Can't wait. Never had the Herald of War. The Herald of War they put in with Empire in Ashes. I might be able to show it if the game doesn't end in the middle of this fight. This guy. Boom. Achievement unlocked. Lead a faction of halflings to victory as a human wizard king. This is kind of the reason we did this run. Was mostly I was hunting down some of the last achievements we don't have. So we played Gandalf, but we decided he was Ganondolf, and the Lonks were our halflings. Your ally Chronosis has activated the dormant world seals and gained victory of them, banishing all other Godir from this realm. After the resulting cataclysm, the people have no choice but to accept you and Chronosis as the only Godir for ages to come. So our homie actually got the win, but that worked okay. Our ally Aya, she was in like first place basically the entire game, except for actually Trench. The guy, our main enemy, was like the second place guy until we decided to start fighting him. Crushed him, knocked him off the board. We ended up... What color are we here? Are we this orange? I think so. So we ended up in second place under Aya. No, you know what? That's Chronosis. We're this brown. Oh, yeah. No, that makes more sense. So we ended up in third place, but score-wise. Interesting map. I gotta tell you, the computer getting all those starter bonus cities was kind of crazy. So I guess those were King K rules. This guy was underground. Did he only have one? Ah, and Chronosis also only had one. Interesting. Okay. So King K Rule and Ayaya, or maybe that's like Hoot's Murder Beacon Ayaya, had multiple cities. But not everybody did. And Tretch had multiple cities. Yeah, Tretch had 3. Ayaya had 3. And I think those are 2 under Hoots. King K Rule had 1, and the Frog People had 1. So it's random. It's like a bunch of different people get advanced starts. Not everybody gets advanced starts, but some people do. There's some color screw-ups here because normally I play with a color mod. And this is just like the purple of like color not found. Yeah, I mean, she blew up. We definitely backed the right horse, deciding on taking her instead of our dragon ally. And then I'm just surrounded by vassal states. It's kind of fun. Like, I really like playing vassal focused. I really like when you can have like a couple of cities and then just like your 4th city you constantly kind of like make and then give to vassals and make and give to vassals. In this situation, it was just like conquer, 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 take vassals, but it worked out well. Sword through the head, yeah. The name of Ganondorf, yeah, I don't know. I just mashed things up, basically. Want transformation changes? These modes just remove parts of transformation. Some look great, some look cursed. I can see that. I can see that for sure. Feels like a really short game for Age of Wonders. It did feel short. I think it's because we only had the one city, right? Obviously, we're going to put him in here. Subjugator. Originally, I was thinking about making this guy a martyr, but I don't think that really makes sense because it doesn't quite feel right. Subjugation was his jam. Inflicts negative morale and has a chance of inflicting dominated on units with low morale. Yeah, absolutely. As a warlock, I think that's correct. We picked up 9 levels? Whoa, okay, so we get to unlock everything else. I'm shook by that. Improved City Allegiance got us quite a lot. As did vassalizing free cities. Free city vassalized another 5 and 6. I think I got like double counted here. Did I have 11 vassal cities? I feel like that's not true. Well, with 9 points, I must be able to get the rest of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm 1 short. I'm going to pick up this Archon helmet. I'm going to pick up this Godir crown. You know what? If I pick up everything but the banner icon, I think that works. So we get the cool new Giant King customizations. We get Fearless on item infusions. We get Grace, Inner Grace, and Innate Spelljammer and Overcharge cast. Grant your spells overcharge this turn on a staff or wand. That's a pretty cool one. So for sure, next we have to play with Astrological Diviners. And obviously I want to play as Archons. I kind of just want to take a quick look before we wrap things up. I'm just kind of curious what those giant outfits look like.
Here. What is your people's form? What defines their society? What is your ruler's origin?
Just because I'm curious.
Reveal yourself.
How badass do they look? What a mohawk. Okay, it's like one is a full helm, one is this weird half helm. I love how creepy this looks. The smile is so creepy. And then they get that, I guess, is the Revenant armor, and that's the Archon armor. I love this on the Giant King, because before this was the only armor set the Giant Kings had, and this is actually like chunky armor. So this is what like an Archon giant would look like. There's some good combos in here, honestly. Good frontline guy like this with a big axe, with like a big warhammer. I guess the axe probably looks the best on something like that. But okay. There is also, you know, just because I'm, you know, I'm curious. I did unlock a new helmet there too.
Reveal yourself.
We unlocked this, so there's the Godir crown. Now there's the golden Godir crown as well. And then this is the Archon helmet. This looks sick. Oh man, I know what I'm gonna look like for sure. I've never really played a character. He has to be a Wizard King if I want to do this.
Reveal yourself.
Not capes. One of these like astral bodies. The Archon of War does work with it too. But I think doing something like that, and then trying to make his helmet as like weird and spacey as possible. I think this is basically, I think, what I'm gonna play. All right, I think I'm doing probably undead astral Archon revenants for the first run. And I feel like if we do this but make him look like, I don't know, maybe a skull guy. Yeah, I mean, that fits. He looks a little funny for sure. There's something about just like this outfit that I find really bizarre. So if you make his face like purple or super pale, yeah, right? Yeah, like the purple skin. I feel like there's something here. There's definitely something here. Maybe give him the spooky ghost cape. I don't know. We'll figure out the details. I feel like the fur cape is not the right choice, but okay, this is what our run will be. We're going to be some sort of weird astral revenant bone daddy. We're going to go evil as heck when we do the run. We have Eldritch Sovereign at home. Oh my god, it's going to be baby Eldritch Sovereign. That's totally what it's going to be. The last helmet? Oh, this one. The Herald of War helmet. Yeah. I mean, I just want to play with this one because it's the new helmet. I've yet to do a cool build with this guy. I do like that his dome is all open, but if we wanted to go like military, but I haven't played with... We haven't really played with an elementalist yet, and this guy looks like he would be... Wow, we could do an undead summoning warlock and go with the other set of skill trees. I like that idea.
What is your ruler's origin?
I think we got something there. I think there's something to be said. I don't know if any of the new stuff is showing up here yet. I don't think it is. No. The one thing we didn't kind of look at was... There is a new... I don't know what they're under. If they're under ethereal or... I kind of want to see the new light spirits. Lesser light spirits. So these are new like elemental support units that they added in. So they don't look like much different than what we already have. But they look pretty cool. I love the idea that we finally got support units that are elementals. They fit in really well with all the geomancy stuff we've just recently gotten. Nothing else new there on the end. There is a bunch of new stuff that we will actually get in the expansion, but I think it's just the elementals that they've added into the free stuff right now, so we'll have to wait and see. But that's going to be it for this playthrough of Age of Wonders. Thank you so much for joining us. When we come back next, we'll be checking out the Archon Prophecy stuff, so make sure to tune in. We'll get a little bit early access to it. I cannot wait. Until then, bye-bye.